This is the future.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Seagull Green here and welcome to another video. In this one we're going to take a look at a few fights done against tier 3 sub-bosses. We'll fight Superman, we'll fight Batman, and we'll fight Flash with different teams. And keep in mind that, well, this is my secondary account where I do not have Raven or a Beta Club. At the same time I do have here a level 8 Firebox, so that will kind of help us out a lot in terms of damage. So we're going to go first with Just League team in here against boss Batman. I'm not sure if the bosses in Dawn of Apocalypse got any base defense, so we're going to test out how much damage we deal with Aquaman in the team, granting us armor pierce on basic attacks, and at the same time we're going to afterwards test out how much damage we deal with Bane instead, where we don't have any armor pierce. So I allowed him to do super move here because I was like, I'm gonna leave. I was not 100% sure, but worst case scenario we revive him with Aquaman, and I was willing to take the risk, and the risk paid off. We didn't lose much time on the tagging. You might notice that I'm doing a little bit of a weird combo here, where I do a few hits and then into a double swipe. That's because I want to take the most advantage possible out of the Firebox swipe right damage, because that's kind of the most that we get out of our attacks, and it's to the point where it's tripled, so I'd rather do a few more of these than some more normal attacks. At the same time, somebody said in the stream that wouldn't it be more optimal to like do the double swipe after combo interrupting or after one hit? Well, yes it would, but you kinda have to spam the attack button when you combo interrupt in order to get that going, so it's kind of hard to combo interrupt at the same time and count your hits before the double swipe rights. But the double swipe rights are a thing that works for me, and seems to pull a little bit more damage. With the special tree, I'm not sure if that was worth doing, to be honest, because look, with a good swipe right, we're getting in there, I don't know, around 500k damage, and with the special tree, that gets best case scenario. Actually, let's wait for it here. Yeah, best case scenario is around 2 mil. And that kind of wastes some time, but I guess it's worth it in the end, since we're always going to do it on a 40 hit combo. I guess it's worth it. Like, look, if it crits, it's worth it. If it doesn't crit, it's not worth it. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a back and forth with that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And so far, so good, I think. This is one fight that I overall played perfectly, which, as you may know, doesn't happen very often. So, let's be glad at what we have here. Let's be glad with what we have here. Combo interrupting again. Double swipe, interrupt again, double swipe, interrupt again, double swipe, into a special tree, there we go. Both of the instances of damage on that critted, so that's all good. Yeah, Batman is quite easy to combo interrupt, but at the same time he can be very punishing, this boss specifically, if you mess something up, because he's got special 2 that will hit you and will cause blinds. And that will make you useless in terms of damage, especially with this team that relies mainly on basic attack hits for quite a while. So it's a little bit risky and quite punishing if you mess it up. So yeah, that was it for this fight, and to be honest, not the most impressive damage I've done ever with the Just League team, but definitely one of the best ones compared to the previous raids, because Dawn of Apocalypse with the Firebox is where they really shine. 79 mil. That's decent. Keep in mind, level 8 Firebox. I think level 7 on this count, actually, I'm not sure, level 7 or 8. Over here we're going to fight boss Superman, and we're going to have Claws of Force on Shazam. So basically the main strategy here is that we use Claws of Force to inflict a stun on him, and as soon as the stun is inflicted, if King is available to tag in, he will get tagged in and try to use a special tree while this dude is stunned. And I think it was a mistake putting the Claws of Force on Shazam and not Dr. Fate, and you'll see here in a moment why. Stun there, but we can't tag in. Again, no stun sadly. And I messed up a bit there, but that's fine. Again, no stun. Unlucky. Dr. Fate will get in there to tank it, because Shazam needs all the health that he can get. Re-engage that combo. No stuns still. We're quite unlucky here, but trust me, it will work. Still no stuns. Come on, man. It gave me a ton of stuns at the start when I didn't really need it, but there we go. Stun. King in there for special tree. And it seems like even if you do it like half a second after the enemy is not stunned, he will still not use shield. Okay, stun, King into a special tree, doing some combos. Shazam back in there trying to stun him again. We continue the combo from a swipe down, and when try to do that again, we didn't try to continue that. But yeah, there we go, Shazam heals himself for no reason. This is why I hate Shazam as a combo builder. Special tree in there because he just used the special, and again, same rules that apply to the AI. So after they use a special, even if it be it a shield, special tree, they'll have a cooldown that doesn't allow them to use further specials for a short duration, enough to let you tag in with King into a special tree. We stun there, but that's not the most useful stun. Over there we can continue combo from a swipe down. Look at this dude. Okay, so he uses that and kills himself. This is why I hate Shazam as a combo builder, my dude. The dude literally killed himself. My man, nobody asked you to do that. So I'm getting the super move out of the way there. Right now, since we don't have any way to stun him, we're pretty much just going to tag in after he uses specials and straight into a special tree, so that we are guaranteed that he's not gonna be able to use his shield. Special one in there, perfect, swipe right into a special tree, guaranteed no shield there, back off. Come on, use specials, my dude. We need you to use specials. Okay, that's a big boy special there, but it's okay because we can gap close with the firebox. Another special one intercepted, another special tree from us. We're kind of exchanging stuff, like he uses specials on us and we block them, and we use specials on him and he doesn't block them. That's a fair trade if you ask me. Again, swipe right into a special tree, and this is to an extent more effective than playing with Shazam, to be honest, but at the same time this wouldn't have been so effective at the start because he wouldn't have had the energy to spam his specials. Yeah, there we go, there we go. My boy Shazam just killed himself there. He had no regrets. Yeah, that's the Superman fight with Kinflan Sakoman. And we're going to do this with Emerald Green Lantern. You can use this also with Kinflan Sakoman, but I just forgot about it when playing Kinflan Sakoman, but Black Adam will make some use of it. So Emerald Green Lantern is going to have a few passive that he gives you on tagging. There's going to be the passive of some crit damage, which is useless for me, because I have max crit damage on my Black Adam already. Then there's gonna be the passive of some power, and that's not the worst one, but I really don't need power generation. And then there's gonna be the reason why he's effective here, because he's gonna give you a passive that allows you to stun the enemy. And so we have over here at work a team that's going to stun this dude on basic attacks, because we got Claws of Horus on Flash, we got Black Adam stunning stuff on Taggin, and we got AGL that from time to time is going to give you the hammer that's going to stun the enemies. And this guy is going to be non-stop stunned. So that's pretty much how we're going to do this. We're going to stun him and use a Black Adam special tree. This could have been effective with the multiverse team as well, I guess, maybe even more effective, but I feel like Black Adam tends to pull a little bit more damage than the multiverse team, at the very least in this alright. We're going to get the super move out of the way. Swipe down straight into a stun, that's perfect because it sets up a good combo for us. And boy, we got so many stuns from Claws of Horus in a row there. Boy, this man is going to spend far more time stunned than not stunned in the fight. And I'm not even talking about where he is unable to attack because we're doing a combo on him. I'm talking about straight up stuns. This man will be stunned more than he's awake and able to do anything. Special train there. And again, if we like Power Steal where he has no power with the special tree of Black Adam, we're going to also be able to do one more afterwards. And it's gonna happen right here. Or if the stun is still present. In theory, the stun is enough to last with one special tree right after tagging, and then another one right before it expires. But that's something that I chose not to do because I rather have a little bit of a higher combo, though it might have been a mistake, because Flash is building a high enough combo for us as it is. Combo interrupting there, stun, tag in special tree. You see there, the passive of Black Adam did not stun, but the Claws of Horus, or was the EGL passive, I honestly don't remember, actually worked well for him. Over here again, his passive did not stun, but he stunned with... he had him stunned with the Claws of Horus, and then he further stunned him with the passive of EGL. Yeah, this is a team built to stun. That's all I can say. And you can use kind of the same team, though you just swap a Multiverse Flash with Dr. Fate and put EGL and use Kinflan Sakoman here, and you're going to have a decent time, even if you don't have Claws of Horus, because there's some people who don't have it yet. But even if you don't have Claws of Horus, even though you'll eventually get it, because it's like a League Grade artifact, even if you don't have it, you can still use this to some extent with EGL, and you're going to still have a decent time here. But yeah, there we go, that's as far as Black Adam goes. 34 mil, I mean, is not the most optimal gameplay he can do. We're using Batman Ninja team here. I do not have Claws of 4, I don't have Beta Club on this account, but it's fine because as far as I'm aware, and a lot of you guys have asked me, Beta Club seems to pull less damage in this solo rate than Firebox, if you have them at about the same level, because Beta Club does not receive the passive bonuses of the artifacts in this solo rate. You don't get the passive bonuses, you can have as many Dawn of Apocalypse artifacts as you want on your team. Your damage there is going to get the attack from the artifact that's equipped on him. And the fact that Firebox gives us a ton of attack, coupled with the fact that it also synergizes extremely well with Catwoman's basic attacks in terms of that additional damage on the swipe right, is going to be of tremendous help, and overall will pull much higher values than the Beta. Not much higher, like look, some people tested out and sent me some screenshots of the damage. It seems to be on average like 10 to 20% more damage from the Firebox, and it's less luck reliant. And at the same time, if you got like crazy good artifact bonuses on the Beta Club and crazy bad bonuses on the Firebox, then Beta Club might pull slightly more damage for you. But yeah, Firebox in most scenarios is going to be the go-to artifact for this team. And because, like, look, Flash is, this Flash at the very least, because there's a lot of Flashes, and for some reason, for some of them, the AI has a little bit of a frame advantage on you. But this Flash is kind of slow, even though it's the Speed Force Flash. I think, lore-wisely, this dude should have been, like, the fastest Flash, but this dude is kind of slow on his attacks, so he's a Flash that you can combo and drop after one hit. Though it does still matter on how fast your character that you're using is going to get his attacks out, because Catwoman has also got the advantage of having a very fast opener in terms of her attacks, and their teams might struggle to do this, but with the Batman Ninja team I'm able to kind of constantly combo and trap this dude. But if you can't do this perfectly, just don't take the risk, because keep in mind, if you fail to do this, then there's a chance he'll use a special one and he'll stun you. And there's a chance by the time the stun is over, he'll use another special one and stun you again and stun lock you. Even though not as bad as, for example, Nightwing, I think it was in Rise of Krypton, or Dark Supergirl in Rise of Krypton, it's still gonna be a little bit of an inconvenience if you fail the combo interruption. So unless you're very comfortable doing this, do it. If you see that you fail, just stop and play it without it. You'll see me doing that on the next team that we're going to use here, because it's going to be a character that has far slower opener on her basic attacks, and it's not going to be the best time for her. A special train there, we see a 2.1 million on the last part of the special train. That's something that I really like to see. Oh boy, the first two parts of this special train created very well. And you can see that we reach 500k when we get a little in the crit with the Firebox swipe right. And yeah, sadly there is the only point in the fight where we fail the combo interruption. So yeah, there we go. That was that one decent, and I think this is more than I would have gotten with Firebox. 144 mil. It's an amount that I'm very happy with. Okay, so we have Silver Banshee here. So Silver Banshee is going to be decent here because she can hold her own in solo fights, and that's kind of part of her kit. We're going to tag in Speed Force Slash here for some early power bars, and that's okay if we get stunned with Silver Banshee. The air kit kind of makes her okay in 1v1 fights, even though she would also benefit to a decent amount from tagging in and out, and she doesn't have any problems with that. And usually characters that are good for solo fights are going to be characters that are going to be based around dealing damage with basic attacks. The Banshee is kind of the opposite, but the reason why I failed there, I tried to combo interrupt, and this is the point where I'm gonna stop trying to combo interrupt him with Silver Banshee, because it's simply not worth the risk. And her basic attacks have a very slow start, and that's gonna make it very clutch, and I'm not taking that risk. Again, fail that, and I'm like, oh, we're done. But yeah, Silver Banshee doesn't have anything that would kind of suggest her to being a good solo damage during those fights, but she's got something. So first of all, her kit is unoptimally used in fights where you can't tag in and out, but not unusable by any means. And to some extent, it's going to be quite beneficial in terms of disabling the opponent's specials. And on the other hand, for some reason she's got maxed out defense without you making any active effort towards it. She's simply got 2 gears that give her defense, and she also gets some defense from the gear set, and without you putting any defense by her own will on her gears or talents, she's going to have 75% defense. That's gonna make her very tanky and very durable in fights like this, and that coupled with a huge amount of health you receive from these soul raid artifacts is going to make her quite a good character. And look, even if you don't have soul raid artifacts, if you're like on normal difficulty, she should be still fine to some extent. Actually don't know really to what extent you can use her without dying. Okay, let's say level 60 gears. You got the level 60 gears, so Banshee she's gonna be safe for this fight. Let's just say that. I don't want anybody going into this with a crap sort of Banshee that dies to the super move and then complaining about it. But yeah, let's just say she's very durable, and as you can see here, we barely took any damage. We actually took more damage from blocking his attack than we took from his super move. Gonna block that. This special, by the way, is bugged since the release of Speed Force Flash, because at the end of his special tree, he's got an animation where he tries to look cool, putting his hands like this, looking at you, but he's vulnerable during that state, and you're no longer staggered, and literally gives you an opening to engage with him. And well, when it happens to the enemy, it's fine. I don't care. That's some good stuff. But when it happens to you, that's quite frustrating. That's why kind of nobody used the special tree. There we go, he didn't even get into that animation of flexing there, and I managed to engage a combo. But yeah, that's just for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed the video. Dislike the video, dislike, and maybe hit that bell button. And I will hopefully see you all in the next one. Goodbye!
This is the future.